sons always makes me think of my brother, my dad, and I growing up. Oftentimes our dad would give us chores that I thought to be unfair or unreasonable. Maybe it's hauling dirt, maybe it's pulling weeds, any sort of mowing lawn, whatever the chore might be. And I thought the way in which our father was asking us to do it was either as unfair, it was unreasonable. I was getting too much, someone else was getting too little, or the way in which he was asking us to do it was not the best way to do it. I had a better idea, I had a better way of doing it. And so I would fight, I would argue, I would moan, complain, whatever you want to call it, and eventually walk away mad. But after walking away, of course, I would end up either fearing what might happen if I don't do what Dad had asked me to do, or I would realize that no, it really does need to be done, and I would take the time to do it. I see the same dilemma playing out both in the reading in Ezekiel and the reading we hear today, or yesterday, in Matthew. We see two sons. The one son says, yes, no, Father, I will not do what you have asked, but eventually repents and turns away and does what the Father asked him to do. The other son says, yes, I'll do that, and walks away and does not do what the Father had asked to do. And when Jesus puts this question out to the people he's teaching, they say, which one did the Father's will? It was the first son. The son who said no but repented, turned from what he had said, and did what the Father had asked. And I think many of us find ourselves in the same situation in many situations in life. We see ourselves being, or maybe discern ourselves, feel ourselves being called to doing something, and our response is, no, Lord, your way is not fair, it is too much, that's too much to ask of me. Or we don't think that we are capable of doing what the Father had asked. Other times, we're more concerned with what people perceive. So we want to look good, so we respond like the second son. We say, yes, I will do it. And as soon as the crowd clears and people are away, we walk away without having done what the Father had said or asked of us. But we still bask in the glory of having said yes to what the Father had asked. So these two readings are a little bit more about, I see three things coming out. How we respond, and how we act upon that response. So there's also a degree of culpability in all of this. So I don't think the answer is I don't think what God asks of us is to respond the way I respond to my father as a child, where I complain, I moan, I fight, I argue. But I think there's something in that, to where God asks of us is, it's not always about how we initially respond. I think sometimes we need that. We need to say no. But we take time to repent. We take time to discern. We take time to reflect. So there's something in that discernment, I think, that is valuable. Much more so than just saying, yes, I will do it, Lord, and then turning away and not doing it. So both these readings really do a lot with culpability.